I mean, welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner. Excuse me. Classic / non-classic. This is episode number 1824 on Doubleshot 1700 and 1718. I got two trades here from Al Ewing, and well, one is a conclusion to a very brief ongoing series he did. The other was a miniseries that came out last year, and it came out just prior to a character dying. Yes. All right. First up, we have the finale of The Royals. Yes, The Royals, where basically, like, this book just contains issues 6 through 12 of this short-lived ongoing series, along with Inhumans Judgment Day one-shot. The whole thing with this one-shot, it basically is a prelude to Death of the Inhumans by Don Otis. Yep. Now, the whole thing with this one, they do investigate the whole Sky Spears thing. They kind of explore a little bit of it, but it's not exactly fully explained exactly where the heck these things freaking came from. It's like Al Ewing was planning to have that thing explored in here, but Marvel was like, nope, we're canceling the Inhumans because no one cares about the humans at this point. This week's series actually is really good. And yes, they do battle these giant robots in here, which is so fun. And these issues basically spotlight something that I did not like about this series at this point in time. I made a video of this, like, top 10 couples, basically, where the romance was so forced. And this is my opinion anyways. Is that they started to do a romance between Medusa, the wife of Black Bolt, and the mother of Earthra, the one who's head of a corporation now, to have it where she sleeps with Gorgon. Yes, where apparently she just looks like, how long have you had feelings for me? He's like, a couple of years. Make out, and then later on, apparently they had sex on panel. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, Al Ewing, I appreciate the work you do, but why the heck did you attempt to do a romance between Medusa and Gorgon? This made no frickin' sense at all. Heck, even, like, Black Bolt questioned Medusa, did you actually love him? And she said, yes. In love with her husband's cousin. Yeah, this was a dumb idea. And they do bring up, basically, her brief romance she had with the Human Torch, which I didn't feel was forced. No, it was actually quite natural. While in the case of Gorgon, this made no sense at all due to the fact that, like, since when did Gorgon have a thing for Medusa? This just didn't make any sense at all. It's just very odd, to say the least. But this definitely is a good series. I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Final thoughts on this very brief series. Yes, at Comic-Con I got both trades. It's definitely a good book. It's nothing really terrible per se. But do I think the book should last a bit longer? Yes, I think it should have. It should have lasted a little bit longer to explore some of the plot threads, like. And the only sad part is leads to Death of the Humans, which kills off the majority of the humans, and none of them are seen ever again. Well, they do have it where, get this, where basically Chris is reunited with, of all people, Ronan Accuser, her ex-husband. Yep. And then it's kind of weird though. They set this particular new city for the humans on the moon, and then by that the humans it's destroyed. Yeah, whatever attention basically it had, it just gone. Yeah. Yeah, and by death of the humans, Triton, not exactly a very prominent member of the humans. Well, people think of the humans. He gets killed off in the final issue of the miniseries. And he's like the only death basically that sticks. He's one death that sticks. Mm-hmm. Because here's the weird thing. Everybody else is still alive. Crystal, Medusa is still alive. Gorgon, surprisingly, yeah, he died at the end of the series. Rose, but he came back. Oh yeah, he came back, alright. Mm-hmm. Karnak, who did die once, he's actually still on Earth, believe it or not. He never went to space. Nope, he never did. And you're thinking, really? Oh yeah, really. It's by far one of the strangest things, like, where all the rest of the royal family leaves Earth, but not Triton? Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. Like, great character Triton. And that's why I think he's kind of there for the Human miniseries. He's not killed off at all. Nope. He isn't. He shows up in 1001. Lockjaw is briefly killed off in this miniseries. The only death from this miniseries that actually sticks, and this might surprise you, this was a big one. Ronan the Accuser gets killed off in this series. Yes, Ronan the Accuser, as in Crystal's ex-husband, and a creation of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, gets killed off in that miniseries. Yeah, it's like, oh, we just saw Ronan in this Royals book, and then here he dies. Oh, and by the way, I have asked Charles Shaw about this miniseries. Like, I asked him, how did he feel about the characters getting killed off here? He didn't care about it. Nope, he just didn't want to talk about this miniseries. Like, all these characters he spent time creating get killed off. Yep. Here's other deaths that stuck. Glass Girl, a Charles Shaw creation, first appeared in Uncanny Humans #1, get killed off in the first issue of this miniseries. Nadja, I love this character, and she's still very much alive. Yes. And Flagman, this definitely is a Charles Shaw creation. Oh, he's dead. Yep, he's dead. Maximus the Mad is dead too, and he's a really. You're thinking, really? Maximus is dead? Oh yeah, he's dead. You're thinking how? He got killed by the main villain miniseries, Fox. Excuse me. Which the appearance of this character is actually based upon, get this, a version of Black Bolt from Earth X, which Don Nico has told me about this, that he actually got permission from Alex Ross to use the design. Though, I kind of felt this, though, about this miniseries. This miniseries felt it was rushed, and felt as though, basically reading it, that stuff was changed. But only a couple of humans' deaths actually have stuck. I mean, there's some Charles Shaw ones, basically, on here. But, like, any other really big ones. And here's the surprising thing about these characters. The humans themselves, they don't appear anymore. Nope. They don't. As a matter of fact, like, they've all disappeared. It's like Marvel just doesn't care about the Inhumans. I mean, they did pop up again in the most recent volume for Fantastic Four. Yeah, they apparently decided to show up here. Somehow. And they show up for Fantastic Four, an issue of Doctor Strange. I think this was actually Mark Waid's last issue he wrote for the book. One of the last issues. The most recent issue they appeared in was actually X-Men #5. And that was the Royal Family. Mm-hmm. But present day stuff was Marvel Comics 1001. I actually have not actually reviewed this issue, but yeah. But Royal's a good series. I kind of felt as though they could continue it. I kind of felt as though killing off the humans was definitely a bad idea. But I think a lot of people didn't. I don't think people had a problem with the humans themselves. It's the forcing down their throats part. That's one thing people did not like about the human thing. The half of the period about 2013 to 2017. This 4-year period, a lot of people hated for this period of time because the X-Men were being buried and basically Marvel was trying to kill them off due to their blood feud with Fox. A lot of Fantastic Four not being active anymore. Yes, I guess Marvel's like, screw the Inhumans, let's just basically kill some of them off, even though some of these characters are really interesting. I'm glad Nadja herself is not dead. I kind of wish Death Inhumans would have been followed up with. Like, can we actually get an explanation of what the heck happened with the Inhumans instead of just having just a couple show up for basically Ben Grimm's wedding? Yeah. Alright, moving on, different book for Al Ewing. This is, I a book that definitely fits him. I kind of wish this was an ongoing series because this was good. Really good. This is Defenders. There are no rules. This is basically Al Ewing reuniting the classic non-team, the original Defenders. Though it's only two people who are actually founding members of the original group. Hulk is not here, and neither is basically Namor. Hulk is doing his own thing in the pages of Mortal Hulk, which is publishing at the same period of time as this. As a matter of fact, we also have Doctor Strange. Here's a weird thing about Doctor Strange. The same this miniseries is coming out. I was looking it up. This miniseries came out at the same time as when Doctor Strange was being killed off in the Death of Doctor Strange miniseries, which is really good, by the way. Excuse me. Also, Red Harpy. You're probably thinking, who the heck is this woman here? Her name is Cloud. She's a character first popped up in the classic Defenders book in issue 123. And who the heck is this guy with the guns? He's an Al Ewing character. This is the Masked Rider. No, not the one for Conrad. Not that one. This is Master's third one. This is actually they bring up the original one actually died. Of course, they have material here from Marvel Comics 1000, 1001. If you read those two issues, those two one-shots, all the stories are one-page stories. And this book collects all the Masked Rider stuff in here. And they do mention the original Masked Rider got killed off in the miniseries in the issue. Now, the whole thing with this one is that we have basically the Defenders time traveling and also meeting the mother of Galactus. Yes, seriously, the mother of Galactus. Named Tala. Name Nornrad, a.k.a. name Silver Surfer. He gets removed by issue 2, and he gets replaced by Tala. Cloud leaves by the penultimate issue of this book, and well, this is the book basically Harper's moved over to after she got written out of the Immortal Hulk book. Now, this book is definitely up Al Ewing's alley. It is really, really good. I love this book. I really wish this was an ongoing series. Yes, I really wish this would, because this book was good. I kind of wish it was. I even love the fact they brought back the classic Defenders logo associated with the classic Defenders book. I mean, it felt like it basically could have written back in the 70s, 80s. Now, I do appreciate doing the pages Al Ewing wrote in the pages for Marvel Comics 1000, 1001. That was meant to celebrate Marvel's 80th anniversary about 3 years ago. And it was great through that in here. The Masked Rider himself was killed off in the end of this miniseries. Now, Cyberpunk Al Ewing writes everything in here. The artwork. Here's something for you. It's mostly done by Javier Rodriguez. He pretty much does all the artwork here. He does the cover right here. And by issue 1001, Masked Rider is killed off. They do explain how he gets the mask. It's basically a cosmetic that hides his real face. That's him. The one on the right. That's Masked Rider. Yeah. But this book, so good. I gotta think that basically Al Ewing was, like, his writing perfectly was made for this series. This book is good. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It is really good. And if you're curious though, since I just reviewed Royals and Defenders, what else is left for Al Ewing? Well, the answer to that question is pretty simple, really. There's Gamma Flight, Sword. Those two are definites. Yeah, those two I have not reviewed yet. Well, there is definitely... he's also doing Defenders Beyond. Yeah, he's doing that miniseries. I'm not really sure. Here's the weird thing, though. It doesn't include anybody from this lineup. Nope. Yeah, by issue 1, basically, they bring everybody back here. So, yeah, so just Gamma Flight... Yeah, Gamma Flight. There's also U.S. Avengers. That's another book. Civil War II Ulysses. Infinity Wars and Secret Warps. And I'm looking at the covers for Defenders Beyond. It's like, wow, we're still using the classic logo. Excuse me. For some reason, they're basically going with different lineup for the group. Well, they bring in Tali was part of the previous volume. Tigra, Loki, America Chavez, and Blue Marvel. And apparently this is something that, well, it says follow up with this book here. I'm definitely looking forward. It comes on next month, believe it or not. Yes. Yeah. And I still love the fact they kept the classic Defenders logo. Yep. It clearly shows Al Ewing is a fan of old school stuff. Yes, that's one thing to appreciate about his work here. Yep. So yeah, that's a particular review. Stay tuned. I have a couple more videos due tonight. The next one is going to be another comrade one. And also the rising of a short hero. Okay. Bye.